Good evening, and welcome to another segment of the Ricky L. Show. Today's topic, for it is not what your country can do for you, but what it is that you can do for your country. We'll get into that in a few minutes, but let us pay homage to the one who pays the bills here, and that's Due for Self Solution DNA and Specimen Collection. 938-200-9282. Fellas, want to know if the child is yours or not? Get in contact with Due for Self Solution DNA and Specimen Collection. Ladies, tired of hearing the guy saying the baby is not his? Get in contact with Due for Self Solution. 938-200-9282. Now, as I stated prior to the promo, for it is not what your country can do for you, but what it is that you can do for your countries. Black America, I want you to know that this war that we are currently in, it has started in its own and popping, so to speak. Don't you think for 1 minute that Iran has forgotten what happened to them just a few weeks ago? Huh? Do you really think that another country will allow another country to sneak in through the night and drop a bomb on them, such as one like Hiroshima? Huh? And not retaliate? Do you really think that this ceasefire will hold between the two? Huh? I mean, I'm going to break it down on a smaller scale so some of us can understand what it is that I'm talking about. You have two rival gangs. One gang member or one gang sneak in on the other gang's turf and shoot the place up, huh? And take their connection, huh? Do you really think that that gang that got snuck in the night will not retaliate? Huh? Do you really think that they will not retaliate? They're gonna retaliate. Iran is what I'm speaking on. Huh? And they're gonna retaliate with these sleepers that they have here in the United States. All of those immigrants that came in this country from the Biden administration, who do you think those people are? Where do you think that they come from? How do you think that they got here? They didn't walk from Iran. Most definitely they didn't. Huh? They were sent here for this here purpose. Huh? Listen, I heard us say that we was going to stand down concerning our Mexican and Latino brothers and sisters because of what it is they've done to us. They don't participate in our fights. They don't help us with nothing, you say. They act as if they are white people themselves. So we say we're going to set out and let them have their own, fight for themselves, or fend for themselves. Now the time has come. Will you send out or will you set out when it's time for you to get called upon to go fight this war? Will you set out, Black America? Don't get it twisted. I'm not telling you what to do and what not to do. I'm asking you, will you set out on this upcoming war that we're about to be in? Or we're in it, but the draft hadn't started, because it's going to be a draft. Huh? Are you going to tell him, no, you ain't going, and you're going to go head on and sit it out and go to jail or prison like Muhammad Ali did? Ali said he wasn't going over there to fight no Viet Congs. Ain't no Viet Cong didn't call him a nigger. He said his fight wasn't with the Viet Congs. It was those right here in America. So he set out. Huh? Told them that they can have their title and medals, and went on to jail. Will you do the same, Black America? Huh? Will you set out? Huh? Oh, no, by the way, my Latino and Mexican brothers, there's going to be a way for you to stay here, and he's going to say this to you. Now, don't quote me on this, because he may put it in other words that I am not so articulate in saying. Huh? But I'm going to break it down to you in simplest form. He may suggest that if you pick up arms and go help America fight Iran, that if you make it back, he may give you citizenship and you can stay here in the United States of America, the home of the free. Huh? What you gonna do now if that's proposed to you? Huh? Black America? Huh? Our time has come again for you to stand up or sit down. It's gonna be one of the two. You're gonna have to, because I want you to look at our ancestors who came before us, the ones who fought in the wars, ever since Crispus Attucks, the first black man to have fight in the war. Every war that America has had, the black man has fought in it. Huh? But those wars that your grandparents and your great-grandparents was in, the World War I's and World War II's, huh? Some of your parents or great-grandparents who fought in those wars, they come back and tell you the story that they went to fight, and they were put on the front line. By all means, God bless. They was put on the front line. Huh? They were pawns. It's what they were. Huh? And when they came back home from fighting in the war, he still had to go to the back door to get a hamburger. Huh? He still was spat on when he came up off the god doggone plane. Huh? That's what he went through. All because he said he wanted to fight for his country. Huh? Come home thinking that his fight had gave him some sort of freedom. Him and her, because the black woman was in the war too. Can't take nothing from you, sister. Huh? The same foolishness that he left from, he came back to, or they came back to, was the same foolishness that it was when they was here. Matter of fact, it's even worse. Hell, some of them got lynched in the uniform that they fought in. Huh? Houses burned down. Huh? I heard some of them say they wish they had stayed in some other country. Some of them said they wish they had stayed in Germany or Italy. Because hell, the black man was treated better there during the time of war. Now, this is what I'm hearing. I don't know too much about if that's true or not. So don't you hold me to that. Okay? But what I want you to know is this war isn't over just because you don't hear it in the news no more. That's what they call the quiet before the storm. Because it's coming. And what I'm asking you to do is stay out of these large crowds, black men and women. Huh? These concerts, these football games, huh? These large gatherings. Listen, that's where them sleepers strike at. They strike them concert halls, 75, 80,000 people. Huh? If the bomb don't get you that they got in there, then it will be the people who rushing to get out gonna trample over one another in these football games and these concerts with these large gatherings, wherever they be. Huh? You're gonna have to be mindful of yourself. These cruises that you're going on, they done dropped the prices to $200 and $300, I hear. Hell, I ain't never seen so many black folks to be anxious to get on a boat such as that size and take you someplace else. Oh my, remind me of the boat that brought you over here that was so large that you didn't have to pay for to get on, because they captured your ass and put it on you. Now you paying to get on the boat to go someplace else that where they can drop your ass off. Yeah, they're going to drop you off now because see, you're clowning now on these boats. Huh? On these cruise ships. Huh? They dropping off 18 to 25 people at a time on wherever it is that they drop you or wherever it is that they stop at. That's where they drop you off at and that's where you're laying at. Now, 85% of us who are paying for these tickets to get on these boats, and my personal feelings, we are a member of the 85% class. 85% class meaning that you are a paycheck to paycheck person. Huh? You know, some of us fronting and shit as if we got it like that. But when you are on those cruises and you get the clowning on them cruises and the first stop they drop you off on whatever island, you are there, sir and ma'am. You are there. Is that understood? Huh? How many of us have the money to get us off of those islands if we are dropped on there because we've been clowning? How many of us can really call home to loved ones and friends and ask them to send us money for a plane ticket to get us back to the state? Damn it, you better think about it. Huh? Because some of you gonna be there. I know what you said to yourself. Well, hell, if I'm dropped off over there, hell, I can adapt. Hell, you can't even adapt to the ways of the United States of America, where you from. You're going to adapt to somebody else's island and they way of life. Boy, we say the damnedest thing sometimes. Boy, I really don't know what's going to become of us. All of us. Anyway, but my thing is, you know, all of us don't have that same mindset as the masses have. And a few of us going to take heed and not get put in those predicaments as of getting on those cruises and being in those large crowds such as concerts and football games. Huh? And while you're at it, go ahead on and stock up. Stock up on your dry goods. Stock up on your canned goods. Huh? Your flour, your meal. Huh? Your sugar, your oil, your cooking oil. Huh? Stock up on that. You and I are going to need them because the time has come and it is here now. For it is not what your country can do for you. And if you think about it, ask yourself, what has America really done for you? Well, we've come a long way since 50, 60 years ago. In what manner, sir or ma'am? Huh? 50, 60 years ago, there was lynching us from a tree. 50, 60 years later, they're shooting us in the head from the police. Huh? Yeah, I know we got problems of our own, but you also have to understand where them problems came from. We have to get to the root of them problems on why we doing what it is that we do to ourselves. Huh? And the number one thing is, we don't have love for ourselves like we have for the enemy. We love our enemy more than we love ourselves. That's our number one problem. Until we start to love one another like we love ourselves. Yeah, most of us don't even love ourselves. So we got to learn to love self first. And then after we learn to love self, we can love our brothers and sisters. Because we are all united in a brother and sister way here in the United States and all over the planet Earth. The black woman and man are brothers and sisters all over the planet Earth. You are one, black man and woman. You are one, regardless if you scatter from the north, the south, the east, and the west. You are connected by one creator, and that's Allah, God himself. So that makes you one, regardless of how far you scattered out among the planet Earth. I thank you for taking time out and listening to the Black Man on the Ricky L Show. Tune in to me on my YouTube and TikTok on Do For Self. I thank you for taking time out and listening to me. I leave you in the manner that I came, and that's in the words of peace in the Arab language of As-salam alaikum.